That narrative that is in all my work starts with those sketchbooks. They kind of inform each other within the line, within the tone, and then the colour is not an afterthought, but it's something that is worked out as soon as the canvas is kind of beginning. My name's Merlin Ramos, and I'm a landscape painter. I produce work that's very surrealist in some respects, and in other respects more traditional. And I fuse together elements of landscape architecture, weather, storms, and it starts off being very observational and finishes with something that's actually quite surreal. I use geometric puzzle blocks. They're a very useful tool to figure out for me what an actual solid object is going to look like in a painting. And so I use that to kind of create light, shadows, and do drawings from them to create a kind of realism in the work. I have a diorama box. It's basically a box which is effectively my kind of theatre for images. And I put shapes into that box and rearrange them so that they have different relationships with each other. So the idea of creating relationships and creating conversation between the shapes in the box is to think about what that is going to do effectively on the canvas, but also in the sketchbooks as well. Now the paintings themselves, with the technique, are produced by using thin paint, building up to thick paint, using varnish, dammar, linseed oil. I quite like working up the textures, also thinking about the surface, whether it might be matte or gloss or thick, or have real kind of intense thick body, or have a kind of wateriness to it. The tropical elements in the work are really quite important. Sometimes it might be kind of really rhythmic, a kind of moving atmosphere, or sometimes it might be quite solemn or macabre or even exciting. I really want to give the viewer a memory. What they can take from it will be their memory. What I'm showing is a collection of mine, so if they can connect with those two things, then maybe they'll walk away happy.